Good evening, it's Viola Diamond Heart. We are live today in preparation for coming on the Sunday, 8th of March, urban retreat with the theme Lightness of Being, the art of creating beautiful life. Today, I have the extraordinary person and my dear friend with whom I've danced here and there, and we've done the teacher training together as well, and it was so beautiful. And I am so privileged to introduce to you Dirish Shaktidas, who will perform or share his beautiful thing called Euphoria Somatic Dance. And Dirish, it's like world-class facilitator featured in Om Yoga Show, Wanderlust TV, The Shard, British Museum, London College of Fashion, and many, many, many more festivals and events, or everything that he does is just extraordinary. So here he is, and I'm so excited to share the blessings of his wisdom. Dirish, good evening.
Good evening. So good to see you, my dear. Gorgeous to see you and beautiful to be here. Gratitude for inviting me.
I'm so grateful that you actually said yes, because I know that you are very busy running around the world, sharing your bliss and your ecstatic dance and all the blessings that you bring into this world, and to curve that time and share so abundantly. It's like, I know it's taking away the precious time from your life, but then again, like giving to other communities and share your wisdom. So thank you.
Pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure to be here.
Dirish, would you be able to tell us about like your how did you come across that kind of the dance that you are now sharing?
Yeah.
What was your inspiration? Because that's what always like I'm looking for that, like, okay, we are all sort of the same, different, but there was something that must have made that impact on you that you have decided to learn, to teach, and then to share so broadly with the others. So what is it? How was it?
You know, it's from very, very young. I always found dance to be like this cathartic release. I didn't even know it was a cathartic release. I just knew that when music would come on, I would get activated and I would just start dancing. I would put myself to like talent shows at school and do dance. I would go to dance classes. I even like went to performing arts school as well. So I also did that. And I was just very, when I'm drawn to something, I really go towards it. And dance, I didn't know that dance was the thing because I was an artist first. I went to art school and everything. So I thought art was my thing. And then when I accomplished my artist things, I thought, okay, I want to then, I wasn't even one, I was drawn to dance again in a different way, in a spiritual way, to connect on a higher level. And I was, during that time, I must have been about 23, 24, I was seeking a practice that had yoga, dance, and meditation. And I was doing a lot of different like conscious dances, like 5 rhythms. I was doing Kundalini yoga. I was doing silent meditation. And from there, it just began to progress. And I was doing dance trainings. I also was teaching kids dance. So I was going to schools, after school clubs. So I was teaching Bollywood dance. I was teaching hip hop dance and classical Indian. So classical Indian dance is what I was classically trained when I was younger, and it's a temple dance. So it's always, sacred dance has always been in my vocabulary of movement, and joining the dots to combine it into somatic dance just bridges all the cultural and the spiritual together and made it in like it's therapeutic, it's activating, it's transforming, it's life changing. And your body just, when you allow your body to move to its own natural rhythm, that is what brings you life, and that's what connects you back to the soul essence of your expression, and how your body prefers to move. It doesn't just move in straight lines, we move in spirals and circles. And there's this synergy that happens when you're connecting your body, breath, movement, and your soul. That happens, something magical happens in that moment, because there is this surrendering into the body and then surrendering into the soul, which then just gives you this sense of liberation.
Wow. Yeah, I love it. It's just like, I remember when I think for the first time we met during the Shakti dance teacher training,
Yes.
when we were doing all of that. And there was, and it was such a beautiful, like for me, when we did that teacher training, some magical doors opened to the mantras. During the first and second level of Kundalini Yoga teacher training, it was like the mantras, yes, they are important, and the technology of the nut when we chant, but because, it's like originally I'm Polish, and so I got to translate from, from Sanskrit to English and from English to Polish, and it was so much into that. But when the movement came into those mantras, it was like, oh, like finally I understood, and it was like such a beautiful experience. And now when I can, and I do share the mantras or some other songs, they're always the movement there. So what's the magic behind that?
The magic is the ingredient. The ingredients really is, number one, the awareness of being in your body. Like, a lot of people can dance but don't have awareness to move in their body. They don't have the awareness to connect to what is actually going on in my body today. What am I processing? What is ready to be revealed? What is ready to be healed? What is ready to be shifted and lifted? Number one's awareness. Number two is to begin to combine, how is your body breathing? Are we breathing in our bodies? And then number three is like using sound. Sound is so powerful, because just by making a sacred syllable of om or ong or something can completely shift your nervous system from being in this fight or flight and to this kind of settled rest and digest. It can bring you into stillness very quickly. And the combination of sound, breath, awareness, and body movement is what creates the magic, because you're regulating yourself, you're regulating your nervous system, you're allowing free flow to flow through your breath, and which activates your prana, your life force energy. And that life force energy then begins to activate more of your energy body, your subtle bodies, and then all the movements that come with it. So that is the magic, with those ingredients.
Yeah, the life force, it's like, for us, is that the regular kind of expression as we share. But for the regular human being, the regular person on the street that has no idea what is, somatics, what is euphoria, how can I get into that? So we have the euphoria frequency, how to move through that noise in our head to find that liberation. Like, for example, I went to so many sessions before. Now I'm like better with that. Where the mental chatter blocked everything and I could not really move. And I had this, what I'm doing here, this is like BS. Oh God, it would be so much better to watch TV and drink wine, until some kind of whatever shifted, and then I was able to get into the flow. So what is that frequency? What allows us to actually move from that blocked mind and allow that flow of bliss, the euphoria, the ecstasy?
Number one, it's going to sound really cliche, but slowing down, mentally slowing down, physically slowing down, emotionally slowing down, and really just stepping back. And that could be by you holding your breath. Number one, it could just be holding your breath and exhaling. That is universal around. Everyone can hold their breath, everyone can exhale. And in that moment, it's your choice to choose to slow down. When you choose to slow down, everything, it's almost like, I almost like to see it as like the weather, you know, when it's stormy, stormy weather, right? Stormy, stormy weather. When you allow the storm to settle, there is this quietness. There is this, the clouds can begin to move out the way, and then the sun can come out. When the sun comes out, that is like the euphoria bliss. However, there is a process to get to that bliss.
Mm.
And that process, like I said, is number one, choosing to slow down mentally, emotionally, physically, breathing, slowing down your breath, because that begins to just immediately changes your body chemistry, your brain chemistry, moving from beta to then coming into theta, which is more that close to sleep state. And then that begins to then change the rhythm of your nervous system from being in fight or flight to being in rest and digest. Then there is space. And through that space, creativity can come through, expression can come through. Only if we choose. It is a choice. Yeah, it is a choice. We can either stay with the noise and let the noise manage us, or we can choose to take control and step back. Who's running the show here? The noise or the soul? The noise or free will?
Mm. Yeah. Sometimes the life gets so hectic that, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. And we are running like a crazy chickens around the roundabout. And it's like, no, I can't stop. I can't stop. I just have to push through. I have to push through. I just have to push through. Just leave me alone in a way. And I think I've been in that for such a very long time that later it like backlashes into kind of like, yes, having that mask at the beginning. And then you're just like, okay, everything is fine. But then you're coming home and you're crashing.
You know, with that, what you've just said is, again, it's coming back to, what do I get to choose in the moment? And it's about self-mentoring. When you begin to develop a relationship with yourself, you can be like, hey, we can stop here now. We can slow down. Hey, just doing this. Like when you start speaking to yourself in third person, your brain is like, oh, I'm not alone here. Hey, slow down. Hey, and you start treating yourself like you're a caretaker. You're caring for yourself. That is self-care, to acknowledge who you are, where you are, and be like, hey, we can slow down. Even this tapping, it's like you start doing that.
So we just do both hands, like an example, yes? So we cross and we tap here.
Yeah, you tap on the collarbone area and just be like, because that's the area of your heart chakra, it's your thymus gland, and you just be like, hey, it's okay. We've actually got this. We're not alone. We don't have to let the noise empower us. We are empowered. Okay, so because we have to remind ourselves so much, because we're so living in this matrix of noise that these are the tools that I do to myself to slow myself down, to be like, okay, D, we've got this, let's breathe. Let me, like if there's so much noise and I'm overstimulated, I will remove myself. I'll go to the bathroom. I'll be like, okay, let's or to go to a quiet space, regulate myself, drink water. Having the little things around you that's going to just bring you back to your center, back to your core, back to your alignment. When you're in that alignment, then everything's a bit more clear. There's clarity. Otherwise, a lot of the time, the noise is distorting the clarity.
Yeah, I love this time, like, because I'm quite like, yes, the anxious and like, lots of fire. And for me to slow down, it's like, no, it's like I'm gonna kill myself before I slow down. Yes,
you
it's
know
like,
why?
ooh, but it's like do because like I have lots of pitta vata, so I'm like everywhere, and then the emotions come, and I will cry and this and that, and it's like, oh, how does it work with you as sharing the yoga and all the dances? And I was like, well, there you are. That's why I do this, because allows me to be in the present moment, in that time when I am able to do nothing else because I am here to share.
Yeah. So,
And when the flow flows, that kind of blissful ecstasy, the euphoria, I
mm,
mean, yes, the ecstasy, the bliss opens up, and you're just like, oh my God, just give me more. And you just keep coming back, keep coming back. And then
yes.
you find your own kind of dance to which you want to dance. Some people, they love to go to gym. Some people love
Mm,
to run. Some people love to do yoga. Some people love to stand on the head.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. The thing is, when you open the channel, when we have those experiences, those big, profound experiences, we're opening channels. The thing is, how do you maintain the channels being open? It's a daily practice, as you can appreciate. It's a daily discipline. It's choosing to show up 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, whatever it is. As long as you keep it moving. I always say to my participants, if you can make time to brush your teeth, you can make time to slow down. You can make time to bring yourself into yourself before you go out into the world. The inner world reflects the external world. Whatever we do here is going to be met outside there. So, what are you choosing today? It's a choice. It's really a choice.
Yes. So here, the power of the flow, moving from forceful life into a state of vibrant, joyful expression. And as you are saying, that's the daily practice. That's the choice. But we all, in a way, have this addictive personality. We are addicted to something, to the phone, to drinking the wine, or doing some other things. And it's like a matter, as you are saying, a choice.
Mm,
How to inspire a
mhm,
person to make that conscious choice to choose the habit that promotes health and well-being and joy, rather than going down into complaining, I'm not good enough, always nothing works for me well, my partner is such and such, my job is such and we all know those stories.
yeah.
How would you inspire someone to make that first step into better life?
I mean, better life is very individual for everybody. But if we're saying if we want to move from a state of vibrant joy and expansion, it comes back to who do you really want to be in this life? What does that look like for you? What does that feel like for you? Because we all have different levels of how we perceive. It could be through seeing, through feeling, how we connect to what that vision may be. Then I would then break it down into very simple, scalable steps, because everything starts with a small habit that you build. If you want to achieve something, you do it for 21 days, right? Now, if you want to master it, it's another 21 days. And by doing something, by installing simple, daily, short habits, that's going to begin to develop to where you want to be. And the thing is, it gets very exciting in the beginning. I can have this, I can have that. When you go back to your regular life, it's like, I can't do that. I cannot do that. That is way out of my comfort zone. I have to have support. I have to have, all these things. So support is really important. Who is your cheerleader? Who is somebody that can keep you accountable to where you want to be in your vision? And what are some simple steps that you can take towards that? And each day you keep increase. It's like you're building your internal muscles, okay? And that's how I have done it. That's how I have done it, and that's how I would encourage others to, if they are ready to do so, if they are ready to take the plunge, if they are ready to really claim what it is their vision is to live more of a vibrant life.
Yeah, it is so nice. I mean, I love it. I do every day is rise and shine. Yes, like from here, it's like
Mhm.
5 to 6 o'clock in the morning till 7 for over 8 years. And it's been a journey, and has become a lifestyle in a way. And it's such a beautiful flow. So when we move our body, the whole energy within us, everything moves.
Mhm.
We what I see with the dances and that beautiful flowing movement, it just we become more graceful in life.
We do. And the thing is, when we become graceful, life brings us grace, you know, because
Mhm.
we are a reflection of our reality. And the more we choose to sort what's going on internally here, things start to have that ease and flow, that grace, and it comes by you showing up for yourself. Showing up for yourself builds self trust. Showing up for yourself builds confidence. Showing up for yourself builds more life force to receive.
Mm, that's a beautiful. And euphoria,
Yes.
because that sounds like high on drugs. I see that. It's like, whoo, go for it. How do you induce that with the dance? That state of euphoria, the orgasmic
Yes.
feeling, and yeah, and it's like everyone goes like, "Oh, what is that?
Yeah.
Euphoria? Are you taking drugs?" If I say like after the morning practice, you just got this blissful orgasmic moment. I say, "Oh, did you have
Mhm.
sex?" I said, "No, I just had yoga." It's like, well, what's the difference? I mean, well, there's a yeah. So how do you bring that euphoria
Yeah.
into that? How they
It,
experience it?
so it's a system of a wave. Yeah, we have a wave in this. We start by warming up. You got to warm up the body. You got to warm up. There's so much baggage we bring when we come to our yoga mats or to a space to unpack and offload, and it's about undoing, detangling, untangling, unpacking, shifting, combining our breath and movement, and then building energy through our breath and movement and our sound. By building our energy, by doing certain movements that are going to shift and lift you, that begins to go to a peak. The peak of that then sends you into your own freedom of expression. Your freedom of expression will start giving you moments, beats and moments of bliss, of euphoria, of ecstasy, of wow, because we're building that through the breath and movement together. And euphoria really is your natural state of rhythm. It's your bliss, it's your joy. Joy and bliss are two components of euphoria, and euphoria is your natural high. So others may perceive it as drugs. We are taking it back to the origins, that it is your natural high. That is euphoria. And then you embody that euphoria by continuing to show up for yourself, by continuing to choose to be authentic, choose to be in yourself, for yourself, through yourself, to do yourself.
Hmm. Many people will say, like, oh, because we are talking about do it for yourself, as
Yeah.
you were just mentioning. You're very selfish. You're very selfish.
Okay.
Um, how would you turn that around? Because
Yeah.
it's in a
Amazing.
way, it is very selfish way to look after yourself first, but then you are giving back. So how would you put that for the
Okay.
people
So number
to
one, it's not selfish, it's self-full. I've
sell?
got to
What?
it's self-full. I've got to fill my cup first before I go out go out in the world. I've got to make sure I've got food in my belly, I'm hydrated, I'm energized to be able to go out and do a job. Right? That's the basic thing for anybody in the world. That is not selfish, that's self-full. I've got to put my own oxygen mask on first before I help somebody else. That is not being selfish, that's me being self-full. That's me taking responsibility for myself first. That is called self-responsibility.
Very nicely put. Self responsibility, self-full. I will start
Self-full.
to use
It's
that.
full
Thank
of
you
it.
so much for this
Yeah.
insight. Like there is always some kind of how good nugget, the
Mm.
golden nugget in the conversations. And thank you for bringing this nugget to this conversation. I hope that inspires like many, many people to be self-full
Full.
instead of
Because
selfish.
that self-full is abundance. That's your abundance. If you're saying somebody's selfish, that's a projection that you're putting onto somebody else because you're not doing it for yourself. And a lot of the time, everybody is doing this, but no one's doing this, going inward to check
Yeah.
themselves.
Hmm. It's like, yeah. I tend to do like, tap on the heart. And
Oh,
it's like,
that's beautiful.
oh my God, my God. It's like, come on, it's like to release
Yeah.
whatever tension is being built. It's
Exactly.
like kind of reaching out to allow the channel to flow through the one hand to the heart and then release with the other, which is
Yes.
also quite cool. Yes, we got to find our own ways to see how our body, how our mind, how our all somatic self releases tension, whatever there is, to
Mhm.
get into that loving, blissful, graceful self. Hmm.
Agreed.
Agreed. Dirish, you have the book. Here we are, chakrasizing your life.
I do. I
Yeah.
wrote the book in 2023, and that was my 40th year on the planet. And I wrote that book, and that came out just before my 40th. And that book has so much of me in it. And I was I remember when I've always written because I'm a poet, and I've always written. I've always had lots of things I've written over the years. I am a content creator. I'm always creating content and writing. So when I was approached to do this book, I was like, absolutely yes, yes, yes. And I've always been fascinated by the chakras. I think they're mystical, but they're colorful and they have their own universe in them. And every time I was just being drawn to them through yoga training, through dance training, through energy work training, chakra, 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 chakra. So that is when I decided to learn it from my life experience, not from a textbook, but through my life experience and how they dance within me, and then how others can learn to dance with themselves with these chakras and learn to slow down, learn to do what a body check-in is, where if you scan your body, where are your hands drawn to? Is it your chest? Is it your heart chakra? What's going on there? Is it tense? Is it tight? Is it heavy? Is it light? What is it? If you could scale it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being optimum, 1 being the weakest, what number would you say you're at?
At the heart center.
Yeah.
Today, because I was very nourished over weekend, so I will say 10.
10.
And
Amazing.
also then it's just like,
Yeah.
oh,
See?
just that blissful love is overflowing. So it's very nice.
Right.
There are the times when, it's like the opposite. It just like feels so, um, I don't know if you go through those phases, like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm so excited. And then suddenly you feel like, oh my God, you don't mean anything. And it's just like,
Yeah.
and all the drama and everything. So you just got to kind of rebalance yourself or
Yes.
rebuild yourself to that, yes, I am okay, as I am. And yes, to give yourself more and more and more blessings and more love. How do you have those days when you feel like a shit?
All the time. That's why I have these tools. Otherwise, I can't be living out here. I can't be doing what I'm doing. And the thing is, I tell you what, it gets easier because the more you are self mentoring, the more you are slowing down and checking in with yourself, the bumps in the roads, they become less because you have trained yourself to be like, okay, this is coming up. It's like when you're driving on the road and there's a bump, just pull over the road, take a moment, and then change and then turn the other way. So just like these bumps in the roads become less and less because you're choosing differently, you're choosing yourself, you're choosing to not react, you're choosing to slow down and reflect. Through that reflection you gain clarity, through that clarity you get a clearer direction, and then you can move. Don't say I'm not saying it's always comfortable. However, I have learned recently to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. That is a new way of beginning to navigate challenges in life by becoming uncomfortable. By becoming comfortable in the uncomfortable. And the more you can lean into that, things do get easier. However, we have been trained to hide away and run away because we've not been taught how to do this. No one has shown us how to deal with discomfort. Everything has just been thrown under the carpet. Everything has been passed down generationally, and it's down to us to take responsibility to work through it because we are the new mainstream. Please.
We are the new mainstream. We are, and it's just like so interesting to watch the journey
Mm,
through the life. And I am so grateful that there was the moment in time, space, reality that my life kicked me so hard in my ass that I got to turn towards the Kundalini yoga teacher training and the
mm,
Shakti and everything else that I've done. That that kind of, it was allowed me to have a time to dive like very tiny step by step, like micro millimeter by micro millimeter deeper into myself, and going from that war to peace. Well, I wouldn't say peaceful, but that more and more and more loving self. The
mm,
journey from trying to heal the world because I wanted to be, loved or appreciated and seen and all of that. That was that big ego journey, and then started to fade away into like that grace and like letting go of the drama, not engaging so much with the others drama, or
mm.
trying to be pulled into it. I said, you know what, I don't have time for this. My time, my peace is more important than your whatever you are going through. I mean,
Mm,
there are those specialists that you can go to. I don't need to listen to that. I don't need to get blamed for that. It just, so we're kind of putting those boundaries, which was quite hard because I wanted to be appreciated, loved, as I said before. So the boundaries, like I would do everything or anything for everybody, no matter what time. And then sitting at home thinking like, why?
I'm going to speak to that. I have learned to stay in my lane and mind my business.
Hmm.
Stay in your lane, mind your business. Because if I'm going to be volunteering myself to somebody else's drama, I'm bringing that into my timeline. Absolutely not. I've worked way too hard to keep this on a narrow path moving forwards without trying to step off my path. To what? Unless that's been brought to my attention, then there's a reason for that to work through. Otherwise, I stay in my lane, mind my business, and keep it moving.
Yeah, it is so nice. We are talking about the book, how people they can get your book. Here is your website.
They can get it on
So,
my website. They can get it on Amazon. But if you go to my website, it'll take you directly there, to it. And there's lots of, each chapter gives you practical steps in how you can work with the chakras on a daily basis. And it's a cross between part autobiographical, part self-help, and then I've also got poetry as well. So in that, you get to learn how I've done it the hard way, and then work through to gain the wisdom. So the book is Chakrasize Your Life, 7 steps to dancing your inner wisdom. So chakra size, the word chakras are energy wheels in motion, and size like exercise. So we're exercising our chakras. So we're doing the inner weightlifting. Yeah. That's how we build our internal muscles. We are very good at building the external muscles. We are not good yet at building our internal muscles. And this is why I brought this book out, because it's important that we get to make this a daily thing, to keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. And that's how we get to move forwards. So we're not staying in the past, we're not stuck, we're not, we're choosing to move forwards, we're choosing health, we're choosing wealth, we're choosing wisdom, we're choosing to stay in our lane and mind our business, we're choosing light. That is the way forwards.
yes, with that choosing, because most of the times it's like people say, I have no choice.
You always have choice. You always have choice. As somebody who is a divine soul, you always have choice. You know what tells us we don't have choice is conditioning, colonization, programming, indoctrination. All of those things keep us low vibrating. This is why we go into these stories and loops and patterns. When we begin to choose to break out of that, we see more, the clarity gets more clearer, and we see, actually, I'm a divine soul and I have free will and I can choose.
Yeah, you just have to claim that you are the king, that you are the
Yeah.
queen of your.
Remember, bring all of your members back to remember yourself, to come back to sit on the throne of your soul.
I like that. This is my throne, daily throne. It's true. You know,
We will have it. We will have it.
it is. And it's just like, yes, it's like a reminder, rise and shine wherever you are. First we do yoga, then we do things.
Yeah.
Now yourself first. Do to
That,
yourself.
give it to yourself first. Put
Yeah.
your mask on first. You're not going to go out of the house without brushing your teeth. You're going to make sure they're clean. Same way. That's the spiritual hygiene, to go in and clear the slate before you go out on the streets and go out and do your business.
Some people don't care, but
well, that's on them. We are representations of our soul. We are representations of our ancestors. We're representations of our light. We have to show up for that, because if we don't show up for that, who will?
Dirish, you going to be here, Urban Retreat, 6th edition. It's May, Sunday, this coming Sunday, so a few days away, at beautiful College House, the huge, enormous hall, and we're going to be there with you as a facilitator, dancing, showing us how to come into euphoria. And yes, that's the thing. But I have a question before that. Are you going to have your books over there?
I will have my books, and I'll sign them as well. So come along. You belong.
I'm the first. I'm the first in the queue.
Beautiful.
For the book. Yes. So you have that beautiful session aligned. How the people they have, what are they, how can I put that? What they can experience? How would you invite them for your session, for your class, for your beautifulness?
How would I invite them in is
Yeah.
by taking a moment to check in with yourself and your body. How is your body doing right now? What is ready to be moved through you? What is ready to be moved through you? And that is a question I always ask everybody. What is ready to be moved? Because we cannot force anything to be moved, only if you are ready. If you're ready, that means you are willing. If you're willing, you're ready to do the work. And then that thing can begin to transform and shift and lift, So it's always a self-permission. What is ready to be moved? Once you recognize and realize that, the magic begins to start unfolding. That's how I invite you in.
Exactly. So maybe those old times, it's like when I wanted to, to heal myself. I wanted to push through those blocks that I knew that I have, but I could not tap into it. What was it? I was frozen for some reason. I would be dancing and then I would be like in my head, like all the mental stuff. And then I was crying, screaming, whatever, and still coming back home, like feeling empty. I could not tap into it. What is it that that wants to move through me?
Yeah.
Why for somebody else is happening and it's not happening for me?
That goes back to staying in your lane, minding your business, because everybody individually is going through something. Maybe it may not be strong on some days, it may be very strong on other days. And it's about being authentic with yourself and really true to yourself of what is going on in the moment and how you can best take responsibility in that moment for yourself. And if there is emptiness, that's when you fill the void with light. That's where you fill the void with the sound, the mantra. That's how you get to integrate and assimilate and consolidate that experience for yourself, to yourself.
It took years, It's like when I look at it, I was like, oh my God, for some people, they come for one session and they change their life. And it's like, it's like so much frustration, into this, because it took years of different learning techniques, different teacher trainings, and it seemed like I could not get it.
Mm.
And there was like kind of like one day, I don't know even when, it was like suddenly, it's like the heavens opened. And I was like, oh my God, it was that easy. Really? Are you joking? Do you know?
I know. I know. It's like that. It's like that because we have to move out the way. We have to move out the way of our own stuff for that to come through, and then it's just like a click of a finger.
I was like,
It's like,
really?
are they playing a joke on me up there? What's going on?
Uh-huh. Tell the God about your plans and you will hear him laughing. That was my story.
Wow, 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 wow. Yeah.
Mhm. Yes, so this is so lovely. What else? What else? I wanted to ask you something. I just don't remember what now. Oh, Dirish.
Yes.
Yes, there is the website. Here's the Dirish website. Here you are, beautiful people.
Dirish.com. Here we
Get
go.
into that. Get a book over there so you already have in case Dirish doesn't bring hundreds of them. So buy the Dirish is going to sign. Are you going to be there with us a whole day during the urban retreat?
I very much will. I
It
very
is.
much will. It's so exciting. I really appreciate the intention behind it. And it's such a great time to do it because, we're coming to spring and it's just rejuvenating and re energizing and aligning yourself. We just had the start of the fire horse year, which is really exciting. And yeah, that lightness of being is about, replenishing and uplifting yourself to continue that into the rest of your year and beyond.
Exactly. Tomorrow we have a blood moon lunar eclipse. Then on 8th of March, which is Sunday, we are celebrating International Women Day, Dirish.
Whoop, 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 whoop. All the divine feminines out there.
Yes, so we're going to bring lots of that. And yes, what else? Like, yes, the people, they can find your schedule here on the website, but you are also the teacher trainer. You teach
Yeah.
people how to facilitate your technique.
Yeah, so I am a founder and director of my Somatic Dance Academy, and I run facilitation trainings to anybody that wants to that is ready, not even once, ready to dive deeper and to go into the process of this transformational um, 10 months, and also who is ready then to facilitate others in their own unique ways. And I really encourage that they do it their own way and bring what other aspects you have to it, whether you're a therapist, a yogi, a coach, a creative. Bring all of you. It's really about allowing your soul to express yourself from your own flavor, from your own filter, and that's what makes it such a magical practice. And in those 9 months, in those 10 months, we go through a lot of different modules, and the modules help to support your nervous system regulation, to open the body gently, universal movement, learning to detangle in your fascia work, fascia maneuver. We also go into shadow work. We look at the different deities. We have a book club where we go through the different Hindu deities, the tantric deities. Excuse me. And it's a very beautiful way to learn the deities from the body, because we are looking at them as archetypes, because they are us. They are us. We are living deities. It's about removing all of the stuff that's kept us low and dark and helping us to shine. And then through that, also, I guide business modules, because the business modules is really important for facilitators and entrepreneurs today, because we have so much to give, and how to package it, how to put it out there. Who are we serving? What is the language we're using? How do we message? How do we get our things out there that reaches others? And how do we make sure that we are honoring our self-worth within that? So there is loads in there, and I have wonderful co-facilitators as well, and a lot of support, and the course is hybrid of being in person, live stream, and replay. So even if you miss it, you can always go back to the replay to receive and learn.
Are you based in London?
I'm based in London and online.
Mhm. So the teacher training, the facilitator teacher training, it's led. Yes, you can have it online, but also you run them in London. Where about?
I run them in Wimbledon, and
Okay.
it's at a place called Treehouse Yoga, and it starts on in May, and we are one weekend a month, and we also have a lot of support and community in that as well. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm really proud of. I just recently, like 2 weeks ago, had completed another cycle of facilitators, and so proud of their journeys because they all come from different walks of life, and it's been very interesting because they all meet at a point with each other on the same page, even though they're so different. However, they meet at this point where they can see each other, support each other, and work with each other to shine brighter and vibrate higher.
Well done. Well done. Congratulations, Dirish. I'm so happy and proud, like to for you to be in my life, me being in your life, and we can share this beautiful kind of way of living with others.
Absolutely. We're here to elevate each other,
Mm,
And that's what you're doing. You've got a platform that's elevating others. And when we come together, it becomes more powerful because the light is shiner and brighter.
yeah.
So
And it's so lovely. I don't remember the name of the guy who said, like, surround yourself with the people who smile when they see you coming.
absolutely.
Yeah, and
Genuine smile.
there you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, and it's so lovely to do that. And when you bring that, as you said, the light and the hope, I think, like when you bring that light, that sparkle of inspiration, that you can really change your life, that you don't have to be stuck where you are when you think that there is the end of the world. But there is the way through every block, as we have in Kundalini Yoga training. This is my kind of mantra tattooed on my forehead.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, yeah.
way through every block, and
It's
you
all,
just
yeah, it's all a mindset, it's all a mindset. And how you nurture that mindset is down to you, how you choose and how you show up.
Mhm. Yeah. Thank you
Mhm.
so much for being so inspirational, Dirish. And yes, we are coming to, oh my God, look at that, 50 minutes already almost. Whew. So lovely. Thank you for
Gratitude.
allowing us to create this life for the people to be inspired. This is on YouTube and on socials, will be available for all the people. Please do share. Join us on Urban Retreat this Sunday. Look at that. Here you can get the tickets. They are even bright. Just write it down. Urban Retreat 6, the lightness of being. Oops, excuse me. And it will show up for you. Join us. Let's dance together. Let's meditate together. Let's, engage into beautiful practices of looking into each other's eyes, hugging ourselves, like sharing the hearts and sharing our talents, because each and every one of us has something very unique to share. And if you're too shy, as I was for so many years, just don't lose that time. Just step into the light. Come and join us. We know how to do it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dirish. I was like so. I'm so kind of, I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's like overflowing with that appreciation and joy and gratitude that
Likewise.
we are able to share that space with you and be a part of your story. And you are the part of my story too.
I perceive and I appreciate.
Mm.
Looking forward to seeing you all on Sunday.
Thank you so much, Dirish. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Beautiful people. So here we are. That was Dirish Shaktidas with his Euphoria Somatic Dance. And please join us. Bring your friends, bring your enemies. And let's make this not war, but let's make love. Let's make a beautiful space when we can lift and shift each other, inspire each other. So yes, tomorrow evening here at 8 o'clock, I'll be having live a conversation with Mr. Dominic Knight, and we are talking about relationships. Dominic is mentor, and he wrote a book, Endgamers, the Architects of the Future. So we're going to share insights into his way of bringing relationships, like how we manifest ourselves in order to how we align ourselves in order to manifest someone that we want to share life with, or how we manifest ourselves into the person we want to become. So that's tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. here on YouTube and on socials. Join us for this beautiful urban retreat that we have on 8th of March. Here we are at Colette House. So much love. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow and on Sunday.